So Google has introduced its AI-generated overviews in its search results. This offers users concise and relevant information directly on the search page. This feature aims to improve the user's experience by reducing the need to click through multiple links and find answers. Now, this has been a long time coming because the sentiment in the industry has pretty much been, and with actual customers, has been that Google doesn't really innovate that much. We've had Google search for, I'd say, at least a decade at this point, and there's been no innovation. You basically type in a search query in the search box, then after that you get a list of results. People only really search on the first and the second page, and the plan is, well, from Google at least, the idea is that what you're looking for is displayed in the first couple of links on page one. And the good thing, it's worked pretty well so far, but I mean, for the most part, customers haven't really known any alternative until Perplexity AI came along, which offered an option where you type in your search query and basically you get the answer for what you're searching for. Brilliant idea. And I think Perplexity AI did really well actually introducing that innovation to the market. But Google, of course, being the search kings, decided to just basically copy what Perplexity AI have done. And the way they've done that is in introducing this new product called Google AI Overviews. So what Overviews can basically do is, to give you an example, let's say you typed in a search query, how do you clean a fabric sofa? Instead of displaying a list of blue links, the AI-generated overview provides a step-by-step guide with citations and links. This ensures that users get comprehensive and actionable answers immediately. So let's take a look.
With AI Overviews, Google does the work for you. Instead of piecing together all the information yourself, you can ask your question. And as you see here, you can get an answer instantly, complete with a range of perspectives and links to dive deeper. As Sundar shared, AI Overviews will begin rolling out to everyone in the US, starting today, with more countries soon. And by the end of the year, AI Overviews will come to over 1 billion people in Google Search. But this is just the first step. We're making AI Overviews even more helpful for your most complex questions, the type that are really more like 10 questions in one. You can ask your entire question with all its sub-questions and get an AI overview in seconds. To make this possible, we're introducing multi-step reasoning in Google Search, so Google can do the researching for you. For example, let's say you've been trying to get into yoga and Pilates. Finding the right studio can take a lot of research. There's so many factors you need to consider. Soon you'll be able to ask Search to find the best yoga or Pilates studios in Boston and show you details on their inter-offers and the walking time from Beacon Hill. As you can see here, Google gets to work for you, finding the most relevant information and bringing it together into your AI overview. You get some studios with great ratings and their introductory offers. And you can see the distance for each. Like this one, it's just a 10-minute walk away. Right below, you see where they're located, laid out visually. And you got all this from just a single search. Under the hood, our custom Gemini model acts as your AI agent, using what we call multi-step reasoning. It breaks your bigger question down into all its parts, and it figures out which problems it needs to solve, and in what order. And thanks to our real-time info and ranking expertise, it reasons using the highest quality information out there. So since you're asking about places, it taps into Google's index of information about the real world, with over 250 million places, and updated in real time, including their ratings, reviews, business hours, and more. Research that might have taken you minutes or even hours, Google can now do on your behalf in just seconds.
And what's even more impressive is the Google search can interpret videos, so you can basically use the camera on your phone, point it at an object and ask it questions about the object, and Google can give you the answers. But you know what? Look at this demo and you'll see for yourself.
And I'm really excited to share that soon you'll be able to ask questions with video right in Google Search. Let me introduce Rose to show you this in a live demo. Thank you, Liz.
I have always run a record player, and I got this one and some vinyls at a yard sale recently. But when I go to play it, this thing keeps sliding off. I have no idea how to fix it or where to even start. Before, I would have pieced together a bunch of searches to try to figure this out. Like, what make is this record player? What's the model? And what is this thing actually called? But now, I can just ask of a video. So let's try it. Let's do a live demo. I'm going to take a video and ask Google, why will this not stay in place? And in a near instant, Google gives me an AI overview. I get some reasons this might be happening and steps I can take to troubleshoot. So looks like first, this is called a toner. Very helpful. And it looks like it may be unbalanced, and there's some really helpful steps here. And I love that because I'm new to all this, I can check out this helpful link from Audio Technica to learn even more. So that was pretty quick. Yay! Let me walk you through what just happened. Thanks to a combination of our state-of-the-art speech models, our deep visual understanding, and our custom Gemini model, Search was able to understand the question I asked out loud, break down the video frame by frame. Each frame was fed into Gemini's long context window you heard about earlier today. So Search could then pinpoint the exact make and model of my record player and make sense of the motion across frames to identify the tone arm was drifting. Search fanned out and combed the web to find relevant insights from articles, forums, videos, and more, and it stitched all of this together into my AI overview. The result was music to my ears. Back to you, Liz.
So it looks like the content creator pretty much loses out on all of this, because the Google Snippet box, which is the synopsis and the summary of the search query that you type in, is powered by Gemini 1.5 and therefore way more likely to give you a good answer. So naturally you might think, well, if one search gives the user the answer they want, why will the overall searches per user increase? Well, the overall searches per user will probably increase because overall the confidence has increased. So you'll find that as a user, you search more in Google for queries that you may never have questioned before, because you simply know now that you will get the answer that you want. So you might find the answer to a specific query immediately and not have to search any further for any more follow-up questions for that specific query. But when it comes to other queries in your life, you're now more likely to use Google to search for it because you know you're going to get the answer that you want. So the overall synopsis of this Google search, which is AI Overviews, which provides the Google Snippet, which is basically a summary of all the searches combined and given in a comprehensive way that actually gives you the answer that you need, as opposed to having to search through link and link and link and link to search for what you actually want. The idea is, for Google, the monetization per search might actually drop, but what will happen is users will actually have more searches because they will have more confidence that what they type in the search box will actually give them the result they're looking for. And overall, the monetization actually goes up just based on the fact that there's more searches. Now, this new Google search, it will still provide the blue links at the bottom of the page, but because they're more hidden towards the bottom of the page and the snippet box of Google, which summarizes your search query, is more likely to give you the answer that you want, you're probably not likely to click on the blue links and therefore not likely to click on the ads that you would have in the past, which means the content creator doesn't get the click-through rate, doesn't get the impressions that they would have gotten, and overall it just doesn't get monetized like how they would have. But with the Google Snippet box, they've still taken the information from various content creators. So how is that content creator going to be monetized? Now, the reality is there's probably a big lawsuit that could actually be implemented by content creators if they were to band together and say, hey, we've given you this information, Google, you've used it to give it the answer to the user and you haven't compensated us fairly for it. So would this result in Google having to take down all of the information off their site when it comes to Google search queries and the results that it produces? Or will they have to monetize the content creators some way, maybe perhaps through licensing agreements or through some other monetization methodology? We have to see. But the reality is, it's for the courts to decide because there is no answer to this yet. There are various entrepreneurs that are working in the space to sort of create AI rights for content creators, where they can license their AI in content and therefore have AI rights, and that can be licensed to users or most likely to other businesses, and they get their monetization that way. Maybe that's something that comes to the marketplace, that Google works with those sort of entrepreneurs to make sure that there are no court cases in the future. That could be a result. So I don't believe that Google are going down anytime soon. They're not going to have to take all their content down. They're a huge mega company. They've made various mistakes in the past, and because they've got such a powerful monopoly, they can afford to make mistakes and still bounce back and still actually be the winners in the end. I mean, chances are Perplexity AI is probably over with now, and they're the ones that actually innovated this beautiful this beautiful search innovation, where it gives you the summary to what you want immediately. Now Google have taken over. We obviously know Google as a larger name than Perplexity AI, so they're going to most likely win in the marketplace. And this just goes to show that powerful companies like Google, you can never really write off. But I think overall the content creators are going to get monetized at some point through some methodology, and as a user we've just got way better search availability, a much better search product available for us now.